Hey, greetings friends. Dennis LaRue here with your hashtag steeltoesrequired quote of the week, episode number 59. And for those of you that are watching this for the very first time, what this Steel Toes Required quote of the week is all about is, here it is, it's Sunday. It's actually the first day of the week, rolling into your Monday morning. Now, most people make Monday the first day of the week, but I'm here to motivate, encourage, inspire you, but also give you that little step on your toes with quotes and things that have helped me to grow over the years to get you uncomfortable, because when you are uncomfortable, you're in a position of growth. My wife is watching. Glad you're watching. Hey, Jamie. And so that's the point of all this. The point of all of this is to be an encouragement to you, to give you some things to get you thinking. I can remember sitting and hearing speakers say, what I'm about to say is going to step on your toes. In other words, this is going to be uncomfortable. You're not going to like this. This might even make you a little angry or upset. The whole point of this is to just get you thinking differently and making adjustments to help you grow and to motivate and inspire you. So with all of that said, if this is your first time watching, let me know in the comments below it's the first time that you've caught this. And for those of you that are catching this during the week, thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much also for taking a moment to share this with your networks. I appreciate you very much. So this week's quote is episode 59. So for those of you who have never seen this before, this is the first time, and you're realizing, well, there's 58 others of these, you can catch these out on YouTube, Dennis LaRue Jr. You can catch it out there. Hey, Mom, I see you popping up here as well. Good to see you. And you can also catch these in my blog on dennislarue.org, and we'll post that in here as well as the link to the blog. But now, let's get into the quote. Hey, Melissa Rollins. Hey, say hello to your husband. Here you go. This week's quote comes from, now, many of you have probably never heard of this name before. If you're a runner, you better have heard of this person because he's very famous. Here he is. His name is Emil Zatopek. He's Czechoslovakian. You say, who the heck is he? Well, here he is. He is, that's right, Melissa, our Cowboys won today. Way to go, Cowboys. He is the only person in the history of the Olympics, to win the 5,000 meter, the 10,000 meter, and the marathon in the same Olympics. That's a distance runners, and that's a gold medal, by the way. That is a distance runners triple crown, and he's the only person to have ever done it. Only a couple of people have won two of them, but nobody has won all three with the exception of Emil Zatopek. And here's what he says. He said this. He said, when a person trains once, nothing happens. When a person forces himself to do a thing 100 or 1,000 times, then he certainly develops in ways more than physical. Willpower no longer becomes a problem. Think about that. This is a guy who ran the 5,000 meter, that's a 5K, 3.1 miles, and won. Then he ran 6.2 miles and won that, and then he ran 26.2 miles and won that in the same Olympics. Unheard of. So this is a guy who knows how to handle pain for sure. And what this quote reminds me of is the importance of repetition. You see, so many times people will make a change. We'll do something one time. You know what? January 1st is coming up. Keeping with the athletic theme for a moment, what happens January 1st, besides everybody recovering from their alcohol hangovers, is they make resolutions. And what are those resolutions? What's the number one resolution people normally make? My guess is I'm going to go to the gym. I'm going to work out. I'm going to, and fill in the blank, but it all falls into the lines of exercise. What's going on, Bill? Aloha, my friend. And so we go to the gym January 1st, and we are all fired up. And you go to the gym, and those people that are at the gym, I was one of those gym rats, and I loved January 1st. for only one reason. Because I wanted to take a look around the room to see who all was there. Because on Valentine's Day, the 5 faithful who were there already on January 1st, before January 1st, are going to be the only ones there February 14th. Yeah, you see, and why is that? Why is that repetition? Why is it so difficult to make that one change? And you know, we do this. We make a change. I'm guilty. I'm raising my hand. I'm guilty. I've made a change. And on the day that I've said I'm going to make that change, and I did that change, you know what? I felt really good. I accomplished that goal for the day. But then guess what? It happens. A week later, 2 weeks later, back to that old place where you were before. Maybe it's cutting out something from your diet, exercise, getting up earlier to do X, Y, or Z, whatever that is. Fill in the blank. And you don't do it. Because you see, here's one of the reasons why we struggle with this. You see, we make that change and we feel good about that change, but we haven't done something. We haven't created the muscle memory. When we do things more than once, we start creating muscle memory. Don't believe me? Drive to work tomorrow. And you're going to get to a certain point on your drive and you're going to realize, whoa, I didn't realize I'd come this far. You're on autopilot. You're on muscle memory. Now, I'm not talking about just physical muscle memory. I'm talking about here, mental muscle memory. You've got to reprogram this along with the muscles to do what needs to be done. That's what Emil is talking about here. When we get up, for instance, for me, I'll use me as an example. I've been getting up on a regular basis every morning, 4 to 5 o'clock, and I'm out the door and I'm out walking 5, 6, 7, 8 miles. Why am I doing that? It's now becoming muscle memory. And there's a certain point where I'm walking, there's a certain song that comes on, and I know when that song comes on, I know exactly where I'm going to be in my walk. That's that muscle memory. I've created this memory now for 4 months. It has now become programmed into me, but it wasn't like that at first. It took time to get that way. What is that for you for a moment? What's that one thing that you need to add, that you need to change, that you know you need to be doing? Fill in the blank. Could it be, getting up early to read? Could it be getting up early to have, for those of you of faith, maybe it's that quiet time that you've been needing, that special time of reading, special time of meditation, special time of journaling. Hey, Trudy, what is going on, my friend? What is that for you? Maybe it's the exercise piece. You've got down the personal growth piece. You've got down your spiritual faith piece, but you have not got down the exercise piece. Hey, Donna, what's going on? Say hi to Jake. What is that piece that you know you need to change? And you've tried to change it before. This isn't something that's new. It's something that has been nagging you. You've tried it. You've let it go. You've tried it. You've let it go. You've tried it. And you can't get consistent with it. Let me give you a little help. Why do you want to make this change? Because your why is so important. What's fueling this? Is it negative consequences? I mean, from a physical standpoint, let's face it. If you're not taking care of your physical health, it doesn't matter about your family, your business, whatever else it is you're doing in place of that. If you're not here, none of that matters. If you don't take care of your health, everything else is gone. Right? I mean, let's face it. So you got to take care of your health. What is fueling your why? Why do you need to do it? Because if you don't get that down first, you're going to have a hard time rewiring this and creating that muscle memory. Because the why's got to be strong enough. And then once you've got the why and you've got the what, how are you going to do it? Routine. You've got to create that routine and you've got to stick to it. For instance, those of you that are here watching this right now, Steel Toes, it's part of your routine. For some of you, you're here live Sunday night, week in and week out. It's part of your routine. For some of you, it's Monday or Tuesday or Wednesday. But the point is, it's part of your routine. You make it a part of your routine. The things that you want to change, the things that you want to grow in, you make it a part of your routine, and eventually you make the shift. Now, I'm a runner. I love to run. I love the runner's high. I love the pain that comes with running. I love the thoughts that I get from running. But it wasn't always that way. Now, I just love to be able to run for a song when I used to be able to run marathons. But the point is I love to run, but it's not always been that way. There are certain things that you're doing now you don't really enjoy, but eventually you start to love them. And that's where this shift changed. The muscle memory, the enjoyment. Now, when I get out and run, the switch flips right away and I go into instant joy mode. What is that for you? When you start doing things and you start growing and you start gaining momentum, you start actually liking what you're doing. And when you see the results, you like it even more. When you get to the goal, and there's another thing, here's another critical piece in this puzzle. It's not just your why, it's the goal piece. What's that goal to make you better at? What is that goal that you're striving for? For some, it's a number of pounds to lose. For others, if you're a runner, it might be to improve your time. Run faster, run farther. If it's your personal growth time in the morning, reading and prayer, it could be a time limit. It could be a number of pages written. It could be a number of pages read, memorized, whatever that is, or a book read. What's that little goal to move you forward? Because when you hit that goal is like my coffee in the morning. It just clicks. You wake up. It's I guess they call it dopamine. It's like getting a new email or a new text message or a Facebook message. You're like, oh, somebody wants to talk to me, and you get excited. It's the same thing when you hit that goal. It gives you that little dose of excitement and enjoyment to move to the next one. What is it that you do? You got to set a goal. And on top of that goal, here's another part that's missing. Another part that will help you here, it's accountability. Accountability. You see, in order to do this mind mapping, in order to do this growth, in order to get this muscle memory, it always works better when you have somebody alongside of you. For instance, when I trained for my first marathon, you know what? I had somebody I met every morning at 5 o'clock. 5 o'clock every morning. And ran with this person. And if I wasn't there, he let me know about it. And when he wasn't there, I let him know about it. But we were always there together. And I knew I could count on him. And I knew he had to be there. It's the same thing here. Who is your accountability partner in your growth area? For some, like in fitness, I mean, how many of you have bought gym memberships? And you signed up for that yoga class, or you signed up to work with that personal fitness trainer, and then you never showed up. Why? Why is that? If you just went to the gym, you didn't show up. But then if you paid for that and you didn't show up, why? Why is that? Because you don't want the accountability. You found other excuses. That goes back to your why factor. But in this case, when you invest in another relationship, an accountability partner, or a coach, what happens is now they're holding you accountable for your growth. And they're helping you build that routine, build that repetition. You got to have the repetition. Quarterbacks, you'll hear it in football. This quarterback got all the first team reps this week. Why is that? Because they want this guy ready to start and lead the team to victory. Reps get you comfortable, get you into game situation mode. You need more reps. The more reps you get, the more of this gets mapped, and muscle memory. This muscle memory and the muscle memory, your physical muscle memory. You got to get more reps. And they have to be consistent. You have to be consistent in your reps. It can't be one day do this, take 5 days off and do it again. That's a broken model. Let me give you an example of this broken model. Think about it for a minute. Let's take church. If you only go to church on Sunday, and that's the only time that you spend in your spiritual growth, think about it. What's happening the other 6 days of the week? It's famine for one day, and it's feast for one day, and it's famine for 6. That's a recipe for disaster and failure. Do that in your exercise program. Work out 1 day a week for 4 hours and then skip 6 days and see what happens. You're going to be hard broke. It's just like everything else. It's a bad model. You got to be consistent, consistently getting those reps in a consistent routine with accountability, with goals, with a why. And you put those together, and you know what? You're going to see exponential growth in your life. You're going to see it in your faith. You're going to see it in everything you do. I guarantee it. And that, my friends, once again, here's the quote again. Emil Zatopek. For those of you that are just joining, if you've never heard of that name, Emil Zatopek, look him up in Wikipedia. Here's why. Czechoslovakia, 1952 Summer Olympics. He's the only person in history to win gold in the 5,000, the 10,000, and the marathon in the same Olympics. The same Olympics. Incredible. And this guy was known for his training, for his discipline, for his hard work and his drive. And well, when you win those 3 races in the same Olympics, I guess that's how you get known. So with that, your action step this week is identify that one thing that you keep dropping, that you know you're supposed to be bringing into your life, that you're supposed to change and adopt into your life. And it's time to give it some reps. First, find out why you're doing it. Why do you need to bring that change in? What is it that's driving that change? That's first. You know what it is. Why is it? Get that down. Once you get your why, get your plan in place to do it. Get a routine. From that routine, get some accountability. Get that coach. It's what I do. Get that person in your life who will hold you accountable so that you do that routine and you build those reps, because as you build those reps, you build the muscle memory, and that's when change and transformation happens. And that's what we want. Your growth, your transformation. And that's your Steel Toes Required quote of the week, number 59. And now it's time to close this off with my favorite part, the blessing. I pray the blessing of bread that you know no hunger. I pray the blessing of salt, that your life would be flavorful and that you would be flavorful in others' lives. And I pray the blessing of wine, that joy and prosperity would be yours, and that the love of God would be your portion this day and forevermore. Thank you so much for joining me on hashtag Steel Toes Required quote of the week. Jamie has posted below the link to the blog. Go get it, because what's been said in the blog will be different from here. I want you to mesh those up. And as a matter of fact, when we're done with this link for this video will be embedded in the blog, so you can get both of these at the same time. So enjoy the blog. Thank you so much for joining me. And I look forward to all of your comments. I'm going to answer all of them here in a moment. Thank you so much. Blessings to you. Have a great week. This is Dennis LaRue, and I'm signing off. Take care, and bye for now.